do you ever understand a neuroscience principle or a consciousness principle and then say, oh, I'm going to devise a a magic trick, based on this insight? Or is it more the other way, like, oh, this works as a magician. I wonder what the neuroscience behind why this works is. I could see it kind of going both ways, but I don't know if
No, it definitely goes both ways. In fact, one of the reasons why I enjoy the conversations with the neuroscientists is because of the thinking about what the actual limitation is, right? So it's because sometimes, like in any field, there's kind of assumptions. In fact, It's one of the things that I'm most, I'm amazed by the human ability to hold on to a story once it has a story, to cling to it in ways that I just find amazing.
Yeah.
And if anything, even taking advantage of that has been really fun. So it actually might be surprising in terms of some of the discoveries, like in terms of like the way people hold on to conceived notions.
Right.
And then also, but then within that you find, so for instance, when I make things appear, so I should just demonstrate. So if you say, there's a bunch of cards here, and if you could just say a card. Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. I have a confession. I've never gotten into card games.
But that's all right.
No,
this is not the first time, right, that this has happened. So what I want you to do is you should know that there's cards that are aces that are very popular and sell a lot. There's also cards that are face cards, and there's also numbers. So I would suggest, because aces are so popular and we want to make it surprising, that go with a face card.
Definitely don't want to go with aces.
Yeah, so go with a face card or a number. So you can have a jack, king, or queen, or any number between 2 and 10.
Right.
So which of those appeals to you?
I cannot even visualize.
That's right.
Playing cards. Will somebody help
Three
me
of
with
clubs.
this?
The 3 of clubs it is. Okay. So what I want you to do, he wants the 3 of clubs, and hold your hand out like this, right? And then I'm going to help you visualize the 3 of clubs just like that, right?
Whoa.
So it just appears.
Wow.
And what would you have said? Well, what would you have said?
That was my fault. I should have said a different card.
That's right. What should you have said?
Right.
Yeah, say it.
I should have said 7 of diamonds.
Which is perfect. So what I want you to do is, we'll take this card, and what I'll do is I'll show the cameras like so, and I'll place it in your pocket like this, and I want you to wave your hand over the top of the card and say unconsciousness.
Unconsciousness.
And slowly turn over the card in your pocket, and we can only hope that it's changed
in my
dramatically.
pocket. So you want to be able to see it in my pocket?
Yeah, and show.
And I will.
Everyone.
No way.
Hey, voila. So
this has got to be the luckiest night of your life.
it's the luckiest. It's never happened before.
Not the history of humanity.
But one of the things that I did learn was that in a sequence, it's hard to describe, but in that certain things weren't needed, that you could cut to the chase and actually work a little faster. So that was really useful to me. In other words, once you accept that a physical narrative can also be a strong narrative just in terms of a story, and you actually don't need all the extra, it actually allowed me to do a different kind of editing. And that kind of thinking actually came out of these long talks. So basically, I would come to the Neuroscience Institute every 3 months over like an 8-year period. And in those conversations, that's one of the things, and we'd have a lunch, I'd have lunch with David, and we'd have with all these guys that thought about epistemology in action. And that made me think about that. And it did modify my tricks, because I was thinking like, oh, minds don't need that complex verbal story. What they need is something dramatic to happen. And they know it when they see it.